The Galactic Council had issued 17 warnings before Ambassador Kelvin Torres finally understood why. He stood in the quarantine chamber of Zenthera, watching through reinforced glass as the Vraxian delegation writhed on the floor. Their translator, a seasoned diplomat who had negotiated peace treaties across 4 spiral arms, lay curled in a fetal position, mandibles clicking rapidly in what the medical scanner identified as euphoria. How long were they exposed? Dr. Okonkwo asked, her fingers dancing across the medical console. 47 seconds, Kelvin replied, still stunned. The airlock malfunction exposed them to Earth's atmosphere for less than a minute. The Vraxian commander had been clear in his pre-meeting brief. Humans were the only species in the known galaxy that could breathe their own planet's air without severe neurological effects. Every other civilization had evolved in atmospheres that were, by comparison, chemically inert. Earth's volatile mix of oxygen, nitrogen, and trace gases acted on alien neurology like a cocktail of the most powerful hallucinogens ever discovered. On the floor, the translator began singing. The sound was discordant, beautiful, and deeply unsettling. The oxygen binds to their hemolymph analogs, Dr. Okonkwo explained, reading the scans. But it's not just the oxygen. The nitrogen compounds, the atmospheric pressure, even the concentration of carbon dioxide, it all creates a synergistic effect. Their brains are essentially drowning in pleasure chemicals. Kelvin thought back to humanity's first contact. The collective had arrived with such careful protocols, sealed suits, filtered air, biochemical barriers. At the time, humans had assumed it was mere xenophobic caution. The truth was far stranger. The implications had been staggering. Humanity couldn't join the Galactic Collective's standard trade routes. Their very presence was a contamination risk. Stations had to be specially built, with multi-layered atmospheric containment. Human ships required certification that their life support systems had zero leak tolerance. An entire branch of galactic law had been rewritten to accommodate the species whose breath could intoxicate civilizations. But where there were restrictions, there were always those who sought to circumvent them. The black market for Earth air had exploded within months of first contact. Tiny vials of compressed atmospheric samples sold for prices that could buy star ships. Entire criminal syndicates formed around smuggling operations. The collective had deployed task forces, but the economics were irresistible. One canister could be diluted and sold in doses that kept addicts high for weeks. Kelvin had seen the footage. Alien beings clustered in underground dens, passing around modified rebreathers filled with Earth air. Some took it diluted, others sought the pure experience. The latter rarely survived their first dose. Their neural pathways simply couldn't handle the cascade of sensations. To them, breathing Earth air was like touching the face of God and being burned alive by beauty simultaneously. "We're getting sued again," his assistant. "I understand," Kelvin said, though he didn't. Not really. To him, breathing was automatic, unremarkable. He couldn't comprehend what they experienced. "I must confess something," the translator continued, her compound eyes focusing with difficulty. "I've tried Earth air before, in a den on Proxima Station. I paid my life savings for 3 seconds of exposure." She paused. Today's accident was 47 seconds. "I will never experience anything like that again. Part of me wishes I had died in there."